Hey, what's up? So, a lot of you guys were looking at this the other day, and I thought I might do a little flip through. So, I will say this is my first live, so bear with me here. Trying to figure some things out, and we'll see where this goes. So, give me just a second to reset up this phone here and see what we can do. Alright, so check this out. Designing and decorating clothing. The Women's Institute, Scranton, Pennsylvania. So that's kind of cool. First thing I want to show is, look at this. I forget what this is called, but I think it's pretty cool. It's basically the inside cover of the book. Decorating and designing clothing. Pretty cool stuff. This particular book is from 1932, so I thought you guys might enjoy that. And this is like a little treasure trove of fashion from the late 20s, early 30s. It's got some Victorian stuff in it too, for whatever reason. But yeah. Table contents, preface, all that regular stuff books have. So, designing with the foundation of patterns. Early pattern development. So, it basically teaches you how to make patterns. Pretty neat. So, here's a sample pattern they have in here. It's pretty interesting. Let me flip through. I'm going to try to make this quick for you guys so we're not wasting everybody's time. So, 1932, the V-neck line. Here's a bunch of different patterns that you can use to make a neck, which I think there's more of those coming up. Yeah, check this out. We got the round neck. We have the, I don't know how to pronounce that. Here's the round neck, I'm sorry. And, Batiyu neckline. I call it square myself, but here's some more examples of stuff going on here. I assume this is the diagonal neckline. And we got collars. They call them outer edges, but whatever, kind of neat. Flat collar for the V neckline. But it's pretty much an intro how to sew different clothing from back in the day. And I feel like some people might get a kick out of this, I mean, check out these collars. Again, I guess they have another word for it, but again, I'm not a seamstress or a tailor or anything of that nature. I just like this book, Shoulder yokes, how to make them. Let's see. Ooh, the round yoke. Now, to me, that looks like a toga. And I'll tell you what I know about togas is from Animal House, if you guys remember that one. Let's see. What's figure 26? Where's that at? The lapped yoke. So I'm assuming yoke means collar. I don't know. If you guys know, leave it in the comments. I mean, I should know if I'd read this book, but The vest yoke. The off-the-shoulder yoke. So yeah. So you guys bear with me here. This is my first live ever. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to show you the best I can here. So, the back yoke. The side opening. To me, this looks like almost a double-breasted jacket, but there's not a second line of buttons. Pretty neat stuff. The surplice opening. Surplice opening? The lapped effect characteristic of the surplice opening illustrated in figure 38, which is over here. The armhole and sleeve lines. Now this, now that's pretty cool. I feel like this should make a comeback. Let's see, figure 40. What do we call that? The drop shoulder line. And I feel like that's talking about this part, not necessarily this part. Might be wrong, don't know. Here's a little design for that. And here's a whole different sleeve, which I assume is figure 44. Again, some more patterns. Let's see. I mean, look at this happy lady. I mean, I feel like her arms are at least 4 feet long, so I was blessed with short arms myself, so you know. Let's see. So there's the pattern for those. Just try to flip through here and get you guys some decent looking stuff. Let's see. Sleeve with the elbow puff. No, I mean, that's where it's at right there, you know. Sleeve with a circular frill. So yeah, that's actually making a little frill on the sleeves. That's kind of neat. And then over here, I feel like you got some Three Musketeers things going on, which I'm down for. That's kind of neat. I kind of like the art in this book. I mean, that's pretty simple drawings. Be a fun little thing to try. Figure 68, the Bolero. The Bolero, shown in figure 68, is of Spanish origin. Being the short jacket with or without sleeves. Yeah, I'm probably butchering half the words on this, but, you know. Skirt designing. Essential features. Raising the waistline. I don't know, I feel like for a seamstress, this would be a valuable little resource going on here. So I'm guessing these are some sort of pleats. Let's see, figure 76. Can't use my words today. They're not working that well, you know. Adding width by slashing the pattern. Oh, I guess it makes it a little bigger. Okay. Figure 78. Adding width to pleats. Or by pleats. Well, that makes sense. I mean, there's more material in there, so. I'm going to skip through some of this, because, I mean, it's basically all the same stuff. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that. I mean, look at this thing going on right here. Peplum. Never heard of it. I bet it would be classy in the 30s, though. Oh, check this lady out. Now, that is style. Let's see, figure 97. The pattern for the model shown in figure 97 may be very readily developed in this manner. Okay. Dress from a blouse and skirt. So I'm assuming they took 2 pieces of clothing and turned it into something else. So that's kind of neat. Designing the front. Let's see. Designing with foundation patterns. Yeah, for whatever reason, I guess somebody cut these out. I don't know if they were making doll clothes or what was going on there, but who knows back in the day. But yeah, check out these dresses. I don't know, this is nice. That's also nice. I mean, they're all nice. I feel like everything fashion from the 30s was pretty cool. Granted, there was a lot of other things that probably weren't cool, but designing and planning clothing. Let's see. Dressmaking knowledge. In any form of dress design, a knowledge of dressmaking is the most important requisite. When a person understands how the parts of the dress are put together, the danger of working out effects in the design on paper that cannot be developed in fabric will greatly be lessened. And that makes sense. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you're definitely going to do it right. I mean, you know. Yeah, here's a whole bunch of different styles of dressing. I mean, not dressing, but dresses, you know. Not eating salad over here. So yeah, I guess these are our lay lines for the different fabric. Pretty neat. There's another page of them. So yeah, let's see. All right. Now check that out. Now that's cool. It's like an Art Nouveau, Art Deco thing going on there. Here's some different patterns. Let's see. Contrasting dark and light materials. It is well known fact that an entirely dark dress is less conspicuous than a light one, and that it makes the figure seem smaller. Well, I figure it would make it seem smaller if you couldn't see it. So, let's see. So, have any of you guys heard of application of the Greek law? I haven't read this yet, but I kind of wonder if it's the rule of thirds. I feel like that'd be kind of interesting. Maybe I'll sit down and give it a look-see one day. Designing for types. Studying your own figure. Well, my figure's pretty round, so, you know. Tools and their uses. Design a tailored frock. Never heard that word. Let's see. Here's some pattern samples that they might have made that dress out of. That's kind of neat. Here's some more styles. Designing an afternoon frock. I can't say as I know exactly what a frock is. I'm sure it has a definition. And I'm sure I've already passed it up a couple times. Figure 23. Let's see. Various necklines that can be worn by the average figure, or by other figures whose face, neck, or shoulders are approximately average, are shown in figure 23. So if you're average, you can get away with this, whatever average means. Let's see. So check that out. Look at these sleeves. I mean, you guys think about that. Of course, we got different collars, necklines, sleeve design. The tall and slender figure. In this age of slenderness, it's probably difficult to find a woman who acknowledges herself too slender. Wow, check these out. Pretty neat stuff going on there. Let's see what's happening in this. Figure 30. Neck and shoulder treatments. So I'm guessing a stole includes a treatment. Yeah, here's some different sleeves. That's kind of neat. The tall, stately figure. And what they can get away with. The short, stout figure. I mean, if I was going to fit into a figure, it'd probably be short and stout. Not that I'm going to be wearing a dress anytime soon, but you know. I mean, check these out. The necklines. I think it's kind of neat that they've separated it by body style. Let's see, what was this one? The figure large above the waist. I guess the figure with the large bosom, as they would say. Someone would say. Let's see. Concealing large diaphragm and abdomen. Concealing large arms. Here's some arms. Let's see. What was this? The figure large below the waist. I mean, to be fair, they have a pretty good way of saying things. I didn't really expect that from this. The slender figure, large below the waist. I remember when I was a kid, I was called Husky. And I took it as a compliment, you know? I mean, I didn't know I was fat. I just assumed I was husky. Adapting designs to types and fabric. Designing and planning clothes. Dress, decoration, and ornament. Oh, come on. Let's get a focus in there. Check out these patterns. Now, there's a lot going on there. Hey, rayon and wool. Jersey and border of contrasting color. Types of trimmings. Here's some more old school patterns. Nature of designs. Inspiration for the designs on printed silks come from a variety of sources. From nature, from familiar forms about us. There's some more stuff going on. Check a scarf out. Now that's kind of cool. I'm digging that. Painted designs. Examples of tie-dye designs. Examples of tied and dyed designs produced on silk. I'll be honest, I didn't know tie-dye went back that far, so that's kind of cool. Tie-dyed work. So I guess they got a whole section on tie-dye here from the 30s, so that's kind of neat. Let's see what we got here. Designs of tucks. Different knits. Decorative stitchery. Here's designs from the 5th and 8th centuries. Woven in linen. Design inspiration from the past. What year was that? The late 19th century. Embroidered on silk. Corner of modern silk. Indian design. The Metropolitan Museum, I assume of art. Wow, Italian Renaissance, the 16th century. That's kind of neat that they have an example of that survived. Let's see what we got here. Spanish embroidery, Belgian embroidery, French period. Pretty neat stuff. Let's see what we got over here. Polish, 18th century, silk belts, having design woven in silk and silk fringe. Embroideries and brocades, I'm not sure what that is, but South German. The Romanian blouse. Let's see, machine embroidered fabrics. I wasn't aware they could do that back in the 30s either, but pretty cool. Ready-made embroideries. Italian 16th century. German embroidery of the 18th century. Satin flowers. Wow. Beads and sequins and dress trimmings. So yeah, hand-done steel beading on velvet. Wow, that sounds classy. I'll be honest, next blazer I buy, yes, sign me up. Beaded banding showing beads applied to net. Ready-made beaded and embroidered ornament on Knit Foundation. Sequins. I didn't know they went back that far either. Lace is trimming. Late Elizabethan. I can't say that word. You see it. Neckwear. Cavalier neckwear. The Spanish mantilla. That's pretty wild. I mean, that's got a lot going on there. Let's see if I can get some focus for you guys. There we go. Copper lace insertion, wide trimming lace, all over lace. Peruvian woven designs with fringe. I mean, it's just wild to me that we know this much about, I guess, cloth history. Rich and elegant dress of Victorian era, showing the excessive use and passementerie and braid. Various modern braids. Examples of various kinds of tassels. You can't forget about the tassels. I mean, that's important. Branding of ribbonese. Ribbonzine, I guess. Ribbons and varied widths and weaves. Flower ornament of picottaged ribbon. Ribbon ornament with velvet centers to resemble cosmos. Nice. Yep, look into the cosmos there. Pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, check out these buttons. Bone button, celluloid button, pearl and metal button, cloth covered mold, glass button. F, G, and H are all pearl buttons. F, G, H. Silk covered mold, mold covered with embroidered silk, mold covered with bead silk. Composition button. Plain buttons sewed on in novel ways. So if you want to up your button game, there you go. You guys might want to screenshot that. Oh, come on, focus. What are we doing here? Let's see. Maybe I'm too close. Let's see. Let me do some moving around here. See what that does. Wish you could lock focus on here. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, there's just some buttons. Button molds covered with braid, ribbon, velvet, and silk. Nice. Classy. Buckles. Plain pearl buckle. Metal buckle with semi-precious stones. Cut steel buckle. Flower made of wool, yarn, and various colors. Artificial daisy made of chinchilla? Is that what that says? I can't see right now. I'm pretty terrible at this. Milliner's leaves. Dress decoration and ornament. Examination questions. So yeah, I guess we're at the end of our book now. Interesting stuff. So bear with me for a second here. Oh, so yeah, what do you guys think about the old designing and decorating clothes? I thought it was pretty neat. I hate that they cut those patterns out, but you know what? That's the name of the game. They already had it, that little dotted line down through there just so they could cut it out, so I guess that's why they did that. I'm just blown away by some of the designs in here, though. I mean, my particular favorite is this thing with the wings. I mean, is that coming back, or what are we doing with that? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool book to be from the 30s. I mean, it's a little treasure trove of how to design clothing and stuff from that era. So, and I mean, that's one of those things that might be lost one of these days, you know? Well, I guess that's my live for the day. I'll leave you guys alone, let you do your thing. You guys have a good day. Have fun. Bye.